Have you ever wondered why the most successful people keep their financial strategies a secret? Billionaires like Warren Buffett and other renowned entrepreneurs never share their wealth-building formulas so easily. Yet, they all have one thing in common. They know how to leverage invisible assets that most people overlook. You've probably heard the saying that money isn't everything. But did you know that there are things even more valuable than money? Things that, if you harness them, could transform your life. In this video, I will reveal 10 assets you can build to create wealth without anyone knowing, and how each of these assets can lead you to financial freedom. Keep watching to discover the strategies that have helped the world's most successful people reach the heights they have. Strategies you can start applying today. Have you ever imagined that with just $10,000 in hand, you could quietly turn it into $1 million without anyone knowing? No advertisements, no fanfare, no chasing trends. While thousands dive into complex, high-risk strategies and end up in failure, the rich choose a different path, one that's simple yet effective. They don't need to show off, they just need results. I used to think that getting rich meant taking risks, betting big, and having deep financial knowledge. But the deeper I went, the more I realized those who truly preserve and grow their wealth are the ones who act quietly and strategically. Today, I'll share with you 10 assets that can silently build wealth. Solid steps anyone can begin today, no matter who you are or where you are on your financial journey. Investment legend Warren Buffett once revealed that most of his wealthiest friends followed this same path. Simple, sustainable strategies, but with persistence, they can completely transform your financial future. And remember this, asset number 10 is the key piece. It's the hinge that keeps the door to wealth wide open. Without it, all efforts could go to waste. So, where do we begin? From a core foundation, an asset that allows your money to quietly grow in the heart of the financial market with little to no effort from you. That asset is index funds and ETFs, exchange-traded funds, the secret of silent investors. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to do nothing extraordinary, yet their wealth steadily grows over time? The answer lies in the strategy. Steady, stable growth without the need to predict the market. While many waste time searching for that big win stock, intelligent investors focus on the most fundamental thing: diversification and consistency. Imagine investing in giants like Apple, Amazon, or Google without having to buy individual shares. ETFs do that for you. It bundles the strongest companies into a single portfolio, operating like an automatic machine that mirrors market performance. You don't need to be a financial expert. You just need patience and faith in the system. Let me share a powerful truth. If you had invested $10,000 in the S&P 500 20 years ago and just left it there, today you'd have over $46,000 without doing anything else. But what if, over those 20 years, you consistently added $1,000 a month? Prepare yourself, because the answer will change the way you view wealth building forever. I know what you're thinking. How can you turn just a few $100s a month into over $1 million? But trust me, that number is far from fantasy. If you had consistently invested in index funds over the past 20 years, without understanding all the intricacies of finance, without manipulating the market, today your account balance could be at $1.1 million. Yes, you heard that right. The problem is too many people are so caught up in seeking get-rich-quick formulas that they overlook the secret weapon that has proven effective over time: persistence and the power of compound interest. I once read an analysis about Warren Buffett, the legendary investor, and what makes him different is not some secret strategy, but the fact that he started investing at age 11 and never stopped. It's this consistency that has multiplied his wealth in ways most of us aren't patient enough to wait for. The great thing is, today, you don't need to be a financial expert to get started. Platforms like Vanguard, Fidelity, or even user-friendly apps like Robinhood allow you to invest with as little as a few dollars a week. Pick broad index funds like SPY or VOO and set up automatic investing. It doesn't matter how much you start with, $10, $50, or $200 a month. What matters is that you don't give up halfway. That's the art of quiet action. While others chase the promises of instant wealth, you're quietly building a solid, sustainable financial future without flaunting it. And if that's empowering to you, wait until you hear about the next asset, a chance to step into real estate without owning a single piece of land. I'm talking about REITs, real estate investment trusts. It may sound unfamiliar, but let me simplify it for you. Instead of buying a whole property and worrying about contracts, tenants, or maintenance costs, you just buy a small share in massive projects like shopping malls, hospitals, or office buildings. That's it, and you still receive regular profits. For example, you can invest in funds like Simon Property Group, which focuses on commercial real estate, or Ventas Incorporated, which specializes in healthcare infrastructure. You're owning a portion of their profits, even though you've never set foot in that building. And the best part? By law, REITs must distribute up to 90% of profits as dividends to investors. You don't have to worry about water leaks, broken pipes, or tenants not paying rent, but you still receive steady income in your account each month. And you can get started with less than $100. Platforms like Schwab, Fundrise, or even Vanguard once again are trusted entry points. Imagine, while others are tangled in the headaches of property ownership, from canceled contracts to repairing roofs in the middle of winter, you, quietly, are reaping profits like a professional investor. When passive income flows steadily from buildings I've never even stepped into, I start asking myself, is there a better way to protect my wealth? Not just to earn, but to safeguard it from the volatility of the world. And then I realize a simple truth often overlooked: to preserve wealth over time, we need shelter, a true fortress, but not bricks and mortar, precious metals, gold, silver, and platinum. Let's be honest, the world is increasingly unstable. From skyrocketing inflation, volatile stock markets, to global financial crises, nothing is certain. And in the midst of all this, you'll want to own something that remains unshaken. That's precious metals. These valuable shields that have withstood the test of time for centuries. They're not just shiny jewelry. They're real, tangible assets, beyond the control of banks or governments. You can hold them in your hands, store them at home, or place them in secure vaults. And the miracle is, their value remains steady through the years. An ounce of gold in the 1980s was worth around $400, but today, it has surpassed $2,000. Not by luck, but by the very nature of resilience. I know, many think that investing in precious metals is a privilege reserved for the ultra-wealthy. But the reality is quite the opposite. With just a few $100s, you can begin your journey to protect your wealth. You can buy physical gold from trusted platforms like JM Bullion or Kitco. Or, if you prefer convenience, you can invest through ETFs like SPDR Gold Shares, GLD, where you can track the value of gold flexibly. Imagine this. While millions struggle as their savings accounts are eroded by inflation, you're quietly holding part of your wealth in gold bars, resting, waiting for the moment you truly need it. It's not just an asset, it's peace of mind. Warren Buffett once said, "Gold is a refuge when you lose confidence in the system." And in a world where everything can crumble, holding onto a bit of real, not virtual, value, that's how you rewrite your financial future. But if you think that precious metals are the pinnacle of preserving value, just wait for what's coming next. Because what I'm about to share doesn't just hold its value, it can generate profit indefinitely, even while you're asleep. An invisible yet powerful asset: intellectual property. If precious metals are the silent fortress protecting wealth from all fluctuations, then the asset I'm about to share is the invisible money-making machine, a machine that can operate quietly, discreetly, yet consistently generate income, even while you're sleeping. I'm talking about intellectual property, the kind that turns knowledge, creativity, and life experience into sustainable passive income. And the best part? You don't have to be famous or a genius to get started. Take Michael Buffer's story as an example with just one phrase: "Let's get ready to rumble." He turned it into his personal brand and earned millions of dollars every year from royalties. Just one simple idea, but when protected the right way, it becomes a lifelong gold mine. Intellectual property isn't limited to celebrities. Any one of us can generate income from what we know. For example, If you're skilled in personal finance management, cooking, or gardening, you could easily write an ebook and publish it on platforms like Amazon Kindle. Every time you sell a copy for $10, just 1,000 people purchasing means you've made $10,000 without putting in any extra effort. And that book could keep selling for years to come. It all starts with one simple question: what am I good at? You might love baking, perhaps you have the ability to teach others how to manage their time, or maybe you've overcome personal challenges that others need to learn from. Turn that into a guide, a course, a video, or an ebook. Then, don't forget to register copyrights or patents where appropriate to protect your intellectual property from being copied. Finally, you can upload your product to platforms like Gumroad, Etsy, or Udemy to reach millions of people worldwide. This is a silent, invisible stream of income because it doesn't require you to be present 24/7, yet works quietly on your behalf. Remember, what you create today can continue to support you for many years to come. And if you think intellectual property is the pinnacle of passive income, just wait for what's next. I'm about to tell you about another intriguing form of asset: forgotten treasures, small items that quietly appreciate over time, collectibles. Once you understand the power of intellectual property, an invisible yet enduring income stream, let me tell you about another type of asset. One that seems small, even overlooked by many, but can appreciate by hundreds or even thousands of times if you know how to tap into it. I'm talking about investing in collectibles, those forgotten treasures, right before our eyes. No need for a massive bank account, no need for an MBA, just a little passion, a little knowledge, and plenty of patience. Did you know that a Rolex Submariner watch from the 1960s, when it was first purchased, cost only a few $1,000s, but today it could be valued at over $100,000? Or a bottle of Chateau Lafite Rothschild wine from rare vintages that can multiply in value within just a few years. Those numbers are real. And the most amazing part? Many people have built entire investment portfolios from the very things they love. If you love paintings, start by exploring the works of emerging artists through platforms like Masterworks, which allows you to invest in art without having to purchase the entire piece. If you're passionate about comic books, don't just keep them as mementos. Research which editions are highly sought after by collectors. First editions of Marvel or DC comics could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. And if you're into watches, learn to distinguish the brands that retain value over time, like Patek Philippe or Rolex, rather than buying based on fleeting trends. I've met regular Americans, not millionaires, not experts, but people who have patiently hunted, researched, and gradually built their own small museums. And this doesn't just bring money, it also offers a sense of fulfillment, pride, and joy every time they gaze upon the items they've selected with both heart and mind. Of course, to succeed with collectibles, you need knowledge and time. Don't dive in like it's a game of chance. Research the market thoroughly. Choose an area that truly excites you, because if the asset doesn't appreciate right away, at least it will still provide spiritual value. And if you find these collectibles intriguing, just wait until you learn about the next type of asset, one that isn't locked away in a safe, and one you can't display, but can reshape your financial future. Cryptocurrency, the digital vault of the new era. After talking about cryptocurrency, the highly potential digital asset of this new age, I want to introduce you to another type of asset. One that doesn't come in precious metals or lines of code, but quietly generates a steady stream of income day by day, hour by hour. The silent running business, what I like to call the wealth generating machine in silence. Have you ever imagined owning a steady stream of income that doesn't require you to show up? No need to be present from 9 to 5. No need for a massive team or a grand office. It may sound far-fetched, but the truth is, many people have already done it. And once you understand how these silent financial machines work, you'll realize you don't have to work yourself to the bone your whole life just to make a living. You simply need to design a system smart enough to make money work for you. You may have heard of self-operating business models like laundromats, vending machines, or subscription-based services. These aren't just everyday conveniences, they're incredibly effective sources of passive income. Take, for example, a story from right here in the US. Billionaire Warren Buffett once said, "If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die." And he wasn't just speaking in generalities. Many American millionaires have built their fortunes through such behind-the-scenes businesses. One entrepreneur, Johnny Ward, was a travel blogger who achieved financial freedom by investing in self-operating websites that he bought from platforms like Flippa. Instead of starting from scratch, you can easily buy an established, small business that's already running smoothly, then improve it, automate it, hire managers, or use software to minimize the operational effort. Platforms like BizBuySell and Flippa are treasure troves for you to choose from. Prefer working online? Dropshipping on platforms like Shopify or Etsy could be the ideal choice to sell products without holding inventory or handling shipping. The biggest advantage? You can manage everything from a laptop anywhere in the world. Or you could start simpler, like opening a small coffee kiosk in an office area or investing in a few vending machines placed in sports centers, schools. These small-scale models can be incredibly effective and can easily grow into a larger system over time. Imagine one day waking up, checking your accounts, and seeing the money flowing in automatically without working overtime, without being tied to a stressful work schedule. And if the idea of owning a self-operating business excites you, get ready, because the next asset I'm about to share is even more incredible. An investment that not only brings profits, but makes you smarter and stronger every day. That's knowledge and skills. Once you realize that you can make money even while you sleep by running these silent business machines, it's time to talk about another type of asset, one that no one can steal, the market can't crash, and no one can take away from you: knowledge and skills. Unlike gold, stocks, or real estate, knowledge is not subject to financial volatility. Once you learn something, a valuable skill, a sound strategy, or a profound perspective, it becomes a permanent asset in your mind. And the best part is, knowledge not only retains its value, it pays dividends forever. Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors in the world, once said, "The best investment you can make is in yourself." And he wasn't just speaking in generalities. His entire life is a testament to the power of continuous learning, dedicating hours each day to reading, learning, and understanding. Because he knows knowledge is the only asset whose interest compounds over time as long as you keep nurturing it. Imagine learning a skill like negotiation, programming, or digital marketing, three of the most highly valued skills in today's world. Just mastering one of these can open doors to higher income, better career opportunities, and even the chance to build your own business. Did you know that with just one course on data analysis from Coursera costing less than $500, many people have found new jobs that pay twice as much? Or you could read The Psychology of Money, a book under $20, but powerful enough to completely change the way you think about money and investing. And don't think you have to spend thousands of dollars to learn. Today, with just a phone and Wi-Fi, you have access to a vast treasure trove of knowledge through YouTube, podcasts, online courses, or ebooks. Experts like Tim Ferriss, Naval Ravikant, they all share, for free, the practical strategies they've used to create success. But here's the key: learning is not enough, you have to apply it. You need to turn that knowledge into specific action, practical practice, connect with communities, and expand your network. Because education is like the engine, and relationships are the fuel, neither can function effectively without the other. Imagine 5 years from now, looking back and realizing every step forward, every opportunity, every promotion in your life all began with the investment you made in yourself today. And if you've already recognized that education is priceless, then get ready. The next asset I'm about to talk about may be invisible to you, but it has the power to turn a handshake into millions of dollars. It's your network, the intangible force that can change your financial destiny. I used to believe that to succeed, I had to do a lot and know a lot of people. But then I realized one relationship at the right time with the right person can help you skip over years of wandering in the dark. The truly valuable connections aren't random. They're built. They have purpose. They have strategy. I began attending meetups, joining community groups focused on personal finance and skill development, from local networking events to deep dive online forums. That's where I met like-minded people. And the most important lesson I learned: give before you ask. A sincere piece of advice, a helpful solution. or even just a small idea for improvement. Sometimes those seemingly insignificant things become the start of a lasting relationship. I remember the story of Reid Hoffman, the founder of LinkedIn. He didn't just create a social network. He built a bridge for professional connections. He understood that in today's world, opportunities aren't found in job listings. They float within closed circles, where people are willing to share only with those they trust. And to maintain relationships, there's no need for grand gestures. Sometimes it's simply a well-timed message to check in, a birthday wish, or a genuine word of encouragement when someone's going through a tough time. These small, thoughtful actions keep you present in someone's mind, and when opportunity strikes, they think of you first. Your network is like planting seeds. You can't expect flowers to bloom overnight. But if you're patient, if you nurture it properly, it will eventually blossom at the moment you least expect it, yielding fruit even sweeter than you could have imagined. Imagine being the center of a network where every door is open, exclusive information, reliable partners, experienced mentors ready to guide you. It's no longer a distant dream. It's the result of a process you can start today. And if you believe that your network is the most valuable invisible asset, prepare yourself, because what ties it all together is the key factor that determines long-term success. A silent asset, yet decisive in its power. It's consistency and discipline. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope the lessons and strategies shared today have sparked belief and inspiration within you to change your life in the way you've always dreamed. As we've seen together, persistence, discipline, and genuine relationships are the invisible assets that, if harnessed, will set you on the path to true wealth, not just financially, but also spiritually. Think about what you've learned today and try applying it to your life. Every decision you make, every step you take can bring you closer to your goal. And if you have a story, lesson, or question, don't hesitate to share it with us. We're always ready to listen and create videos specifically for you. Don't forget to like, share, and comment your thoughts under this video so we can build a strong community that inspires and motivates each other. Subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the next valuable videos. Thank you once again, and I wish you continued progress toward the best version of yourself.